Hello.
GM,
Hello.
GM, how you
Thanks for
doing?
joining, Victor, mate, from the Ton Foundation.
Yeah, thank you for
No,
having
it's
me.
exciting. There's a lot going on at Ton right now, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what you got to say. So yeah, it's going to be good.
Absolutely. Happy to be here. Thank you for having us. And yes, my name is Victor. I'm Global Community Lead at Ton, and happy to be here to answer all your questions and more.
Brilliant, exciting. Before we do kick off, if anyone from the community does have a good question, they can drop it down in the comments, of course. And also, I'm hosting a giveaway as well. We're going to give away $100 worth of Ton. For that, you just have to join my community that I'm building on Telegram. So yeah, for anyone who's interested in winning that, there's actually 4 people winning $25 worth of Ton. So yeah, that's something that everyone can join in on. So how you doing, Victor? What you been up to lately?
Well, there is a lot going on in the ecosystem right now.
There is.
I'd say that focusing on making sure that the news are distributed, that the community is understanding what's happening and as well as providing their feedback back to the leadership. I think that was one of the major steps recently and majorly taken in consideration. So, yeah, a lot on that end. And then everything that you see in terms of announcements and great posts, there is a lot going on. But yeah, such a wild time to be alive.
It
Overall,
is.
it's every day something new, something interesting.
That's what crypto's about, and that's why I love it. Anyway, so I've got a couple of questions prepared. Well, actually, quite a few questions prepared. So we'll go through them slowly. They're going to start off a bit about Ton, really, and then we'll get more into the ecosystem and recent developments. So yeah, it's exciting. So first of all, going back to the sort of the origins, how did Ton? Oh, I can see it now. Brilliant. Hey. So yeah, going back to the origins, how did Ton actually originate? And how was Telegram involved with it? And yeah, just like where did it come from? How did you start? That's the question, really.
This is the great question, first of all, and it's quite a long history, but it goes back to the times where the Telegram originally had a vision of launching the blockchain that is going to be directly implemented into its infrastructure. But then, due to the legal issues with the SEC at the time, they had to shut down the project, send back investors their money, refund them basically.
Oh wow.
And yeah, so Telegram team abandoned the project completely, but the active community of developers just picked it over and said that it will not let Ton die and continue to develop it further. Today, it represents of Tom Foundation part that is constantly developing new upgrades. And one of the recent upgrades, it was that the speed to finality was improved nearly 10 times, now down to 3 to 5 seconds, which is a big
Nice.
difference from what it was before.
That's what I read.
And they are so far from being done. I mean, there is TGBTC, if you follow along, that they are developing. There's a couple other things that they are doing. But yeah, technically speaking, that's how the origin of Ton has begun. From the project that SEC shut down and didn't let to see the light, but then the active community of devs with a resistant nature who never let it die and made it into what it is today. And then
That's it.
thanks to the miners and their donations toward the Ton Foundation, which is a non-profit organization, the ecosystem continued to develop. And you see all us working on behalf of Ton Network and doing our best in delivering the news and helping to streamline the progress.
Brilliant. I love the the spirit, not giving up. Yeah, you get told
Yeah,
by
I
the
mean,
big
that's
boys to
exactly
to
as it
stop.
was. You see, it's also important to highlight that today, Telegram and Ton is completely two separate things. And
Okay.
yes, Telegram is pursuing the vision of implementing and integrating Ton on the deep level, but Ton today is truly decentralized network, not controlled by Telegram. So Telegram is, technically speaking, a biggest application ever utilizing Ton blockchain as technology. But that's
Yeah.
where the point is. Yeah.
Because Telegram Gram is massive.
Yeah,
Do you know how
it
many? Oh,
is.
I imagine you do know how many users it has, active users.
Yes, I mean they have over 1 billion monthly active users, and about daily active users, they have twice amount of X, for example. So yeah,
Wow.
that's a little bit.
Yeah, it's a big market to
I
sort of
mean,
tap into,
quite
right?
yes, and I mean they done deep integrations. I could go all day long on this, but let me just briefly mention a few. They
Go
couple
on.
of years ago they released the usernames. So on Telegram, you could actually own your username as an NFT on some blockchain, and then no one can take your username, even the Telegram platform itself. So, for example,
Okay.
when Elon Musk wanted the username of himself, Pavel Durov went and bought it, and so far we don't know what's the future. But to my point, even Elon Musk couldn't get it unless he goes and pays to someone that owns it already. And so
Yeah.
Pavel Durov snagged it, and people in the community decided not to beat against the Durov out of respect. And then, to my point, it's like it could be a bid war up to millions of dollars, and that being historically the case where it's been sold out for a lot of money. So that is the market exists. It's accessible via Get Games and Fragment Marketplace to actually go and purchase them, etc., or sell them if you wish.
Yeah.
And then Telegram released anonymous numbers and so on, which is integrated also into the Telegram at a deep level. Technically, it could be your entry login to your Telegram profile, where then
Okay.
it's controlled by your decentralized wallet that you can have secured with a multisig, etc. So giving you an extra layer of security of how to log in to your profile in the first place. And then if you send a DM to someone, instead of showing the country of origin of your phone number, it will show anonymous, which is another cool feature. And there's like 130,000 supply NFT collection of this. And then pursuing the vision further, they released the Telegram mini app, made the functionality possible. And then shortly after, announced the exclusive partnership with Ton Foundation, making Ton blockchain exclusive for its mini app ecosystem. And it's been done to unify developer experience as well as to unify the developer and end user, both of them. Because you see, having a bunch of connectivity protocols has become dangerous. It becomes for both developers and users. And so unifying it into one, Ton Connect, helps to create and maintain the standard that is safe for everyone to use and rely on without the need of having 1,000 different variations of tech that may be broken at times. So that's kind of the point. And so today,
Yeah.
no other blockchain is allowed to be used within Telegram mini app ecosystem. Then Telegram division, I mean, it's insane. They have only more than 110 sold out NFT collections at this point. With the biggest supplies, for example, the latest tree was 500,000 NFTs, 300,000 NFTs, and 15,000 NFTs. All
Wow.
three being sold out in 10, 11 minutes completely. So we're speaking of
Wow.
800 plus NFTs that have been sold out in 10 minutes. And that is not the first one, that is not the last one. And the boom is really happening. It's real. So yeah, a lot of people are trying to get their hands on it. And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. No,
not
that's
all.
the. Yeah.
There is
Well,
one
yeah.
more.
Go
Telegram
on. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
recently released the MyTon section. So far, the only utility of that, and it's accessible regionally, not to everyone else. But within MyTon section, the first utility of it is to pay for advertisements on the channels. And then Telegram takes, I think it's 15 or 10% commission cut in between for facilitating that. But to my point, that's another way to monetize. And also there is the monetization on Telegram itself. So if you have a channel, you can receive the monetization and it's paid out also in Ton. So those are a couple functions that Telegram already implemented and already
Yeah.
doing today. And who knows what's going to be next. I mean, I have guesses, but I don't know in fact. It's only Telegram and Folder probably knows himself.
Yeah. Yeah. No. No. Definitely, like having the possibility of Telegram and integrating Ton is massive. Like it's just like gives you so
Yes.
many opportunities and opens so many doors, right? Because there's a lot of smart people. Like I have no idea about technical development and all that, but there's smart people out there, and they can figure out all these things and make some really cool utility and yeah, it's really exciting. Having Telegram is massive.
We have a couple
Um,
examples there, actually, that already utilize that, built something really insane. I mean, if we speak of history, not going deep, one of the largest airdrops ever, it's been really rewarding to people.
okay.
Then there is different ways to utilize this technology as of mini apps and its virality. There is games like Town Battleground that nearly a Call of Duty, but instead of downloading it, you can go and play on Telegram, which is also integrating with Ton and everything. And then you see those things like being mind blowing when they originally came out. And today we see already legacy NFT brands such as Fudgy Penguins already also launched and building their own mini app, which is Tango Clash. They have now more than 1 million monthly active users, I believe. And
Wow.
there is a bunch of other cool launching interactions, NFTs that are issuing via the mini app itself. So it's pretty neat technology, could be utilized wildly, and so much to
Yeah, it
explore for
can.
everyone.
Yeah, there is. And just going back to the advertising, you said that like Telegram, sorry, Ton would take a 10 to 15% commission. What happens with that? Is it
Telegram.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
so
Telegram
how it
takes?
works,
Okay,
yes, so my tone section
okay,
that I implemented, you fund it with ton, let's say you
okay.
like fund it with 10 ton, and then you go and you submit the piece of content that you want to be displayed on the channel, then the channel owner can approve or deny your request. If they approve, so let's say you fund it with 10 ton, and so the Telegram will take 10 or 15% of that, that will go to them for facilitating that, and then
Yeah,
85% basically go to the creator that accepts it.
yeah. No, it's cool. Yeah,
It's a new concept. Look,
I
I,
thought it
I
was
know
Ton.
very little about this myself just for now. This is not even accessible in every region, which is important to know. You see,
Yeah, yeah.
it's
No, actually, I thought you said tons. I thought you maybe like be buy back in a
no, no,
burning. But yeah,
only
no, it's
Telegram. Out of this
yeah,
use case, only Telegram. Ton is just the technology that makes it possible that Telegram is utilizing as well. So now people can pay for the advertisement with stars and with Ton.
yeah. It makes sense. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's brilliant. It's really really good. It's really exciting. So yeah. Anyway, moving on to the next question because it's for anyone which may not be familiar with Ton, which I suppose will not be many people, right? But if you met someone, maybe on the metro, on the train, and they ask you what you do, and you say you work for Ton, how would you describe it to them? Um, how would you describe Ton to someone, basically?
I would describe it as the layer existing in the internet, technically speaking, a piece of technology that allows you to have ownership within, at this point, even a large social media platform such as Telegram, where your username could truly belong to you. And I would explain then, imagine, and you have probably heard of those stories as well as everyone, where, for example, when Elon Musk bought Twitter and he wanted to rename it into X, someone had username X. What did Elon do? He just took it away and gave him options what to
Okay.
change his username to. That was not bought for money. There is no real ownership of it. With Telegram, that is a different story. You own your username, and then no one else could take it. Proven
Oh,
via this data forever. That would be a simple way
brilliant.
of
Yeah.
explaining that to someone
Oh,
that is
I think we're
completely
lagging.
far away.
Yeah, yeah, no, well, it sounds good. It's the ownership and yeah, have it being the owner, and not that chance of something being taken away from you, which is the case in Web 2, and that's where the step to Web 3 is in ownership, right? Um, and that's what makes it special. One of the special things about it. Uh,
And then if you ask me what is my job, is me trying to make sure that other people know that they could have this ownership possible and accessible to them today,
yeah,
and making sure they know all the latest news and accurate information. Important is that I'm very accurate with what I tweet and say, so I try to keep it this way.
yeah, brilliant. Oh yeah, that's it. That's it. Well done. That's it. Cool. Anyway, moving on to the next question on the list. It's a bit more about the team and what people do. So, what does a typical day look like for the Ton team? So, maybe you or maybe someone else in the team. Um, what would a typical day look like at work? Because I think it's a new sort of space again, Web3, and I think people are curious to know what the work atmosphere is like. I imagine there's lots of people also
Yeah.
looking to maybe um, prepare themselves and prepare for a role maybe in Web3. So yeah, like what can they expect?
This is a great question. So I think, first of all, it will depend on what is exactly your
Of course.
job title, because everyone's is different. For example, mine involves reading endlessly Twitter, Telegram chats, staying in touch with our community team. So to understand all the latest feedback, wants, needs, and what's happening, uh, organize the spaces. So I mainly sit at home with my phone and computer like I'm right
Yeah.
now. And you see a couple stickers. Um, so beside that, uh, I don't, for example, write blogs, but then we have someone on the team that writes blogs, let's say. So this person would sit, wake up, see the latest briefs, and write blogs according to the latest information before, then get checked further, etc. But to my point, it depends on which path you go. If we take off Tom Core, they probably wake up, they take their laptops and just sit code all day
Coding,
long,
yeah.
developing new upgrades of the ecosystem network, testing things, stress testing them, collecting data. It would be a very different approach. If we take, for example, our NFT lead, he stays in the constant communication right now with a lot of projects that willing to join on ecosystem, asking
Okay.
questions. So we direct to our NFT lead, who then facilitates further involvement, helps with guidance, and clarifies the questions and answers to them. So that's also quite important. We have overall quite a big team. So it really depends on which direction. We also have, like, let's say, design team. Then they would receive the request for making design for XYZ announcement, and that's what their job is looking like. But mainly, everyone is working at home. We do have office. For example, our headquarters is in Dubai.
Okay.
But I would say, first of all, it's a very small office.
Okay.
Second of all, there is not that many people that go to office. So we all work from home wherever we are in the world. And that's what the Web3 allows us, is to actually pursue your dream, pursue your career, and you don't have to be in one centric point on this planet. If you do your job great and you align with the time frame, there is no issues working at home whenever you are anywhere on this planet. And this is the beauty of working in Web3 in general. Majority of people I know, 99%, is working from home. They're not going to office. The last time I've been in office has been before the COVID, so I'm sorry. It's and back then I wasn't yet in crypto this much.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, of course. As long as everyone finishes and reaches their objectives in time, then I think working at home it works. Yeah, I think maybe a hybrid system is good, but in our space in crypto, it's more difficult because people live in different
Yeah.
parts of the world, right? So you can't force people to fly into Dubai a week, a month, and stuff like that. Especially if they're performing, there's no need to do it. So yeah, brilliant. It sounds a little bit just like tech, right? Having like a job in tech in Web 2.
Yes, I mean, there is not that much difference in this regard. And of course, if you're doing your job great, it doesn't matter where you're from. Just do what you do best and let's go. There is not much to ask for,
That's it.
You've got a job, you did a job. And then based on the results of your job, it's what it is going to be like. But yeah, it's not that anyone going to try to relocate you to
That's
office.
it. That's it. Yeah. So yeah, if anyone
Yeah.
listening and whoever wants a job in Web 3, just keep working hard and getting involved and yeah, just sort of getting involved. I think that's would be my advice to anyone who wants a job in crypto in wherever really.
I mean, we've got some jobs portal. You can go and apply. We've got a lot of positions
Oh
listed there.
really?
The
Okay,
last time
I
I
didn't
checked,
know
there
that.
was 46 or 56, and that's like overall from our ecosystem, not just from us, but from other big projects in the ecosystem too who are hiring. You can go through the list. It's Ton Jobs official portal. Even Google it; it will give you pretty quick. Or Ask Grok, it will help as well. And from there, just apply for what you think your best fit and see if you can get a job of your dream.
Yeah.
It's that
I didn't
simple.
know about that, but that's cool. Yeah, because that's I think how jobs can get achieved in crypto or Web3 is just by trying and trying. I believe, and failing, of course. That's how we all make it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just want to remind anyone who's joined recently that there's a Telegram giveaway. I'm giving away $100 worth of ton to 4 people, so 25 times 4. For that, you have to join in the into my Telegram community, which is new. So it's a nice chance to win $25.
Great. You got to tokenize it soon too, I
Yeah,
think, right?
I'll be reaching out to you and asking how
And
to set all these things up.
have you already got some gifts that
Oh,
you spotlight
I missed you.
on your channel or not yet? Have you got any Telegrams on your channel in a sense? Let me check.
Yeah, so with Telegram, I've been focused on X a little bit too much, and I was in Hong Kong for Consensus, and of course there's lots of Chinese people there, and they're all in Telegram. They like Telegram communities is like the thing. So since then, I've been trying to sort of focus a bit and figure out how to sort of build a community of my own on Telegram, and that's the idea to try to bring value to people inside Telegram, and that's my way of trying to show people I can give it some value.
No, that's
but
a good starting point. People like giveaways in Telegram directly as well. The social sharing inside of Telegram is really different from what it is on X. So if on X you got the retweets, on Telegram you got the reshare to the channels. And when you reshare someone's message to the channel, it would show up technically as your own message on the channel, and so it stays there. And then you see when, let's say, you're hosting a giveaway on Telegram, which for that you could use some, let's say, Telegram NFT gift, like trading platforms such as Tonal or Prime, etc. They have a giveaway option. And you could host a giveaway for the simple requirements as like join the channel, boost the channel, and must be following on X, let's say. And that would then allow them to enter the giveaway. You could host it for 24 hours a week or 12 hours, 1 hour, whatever you wish. Okay, your choice. But to my point, people that will see that, if they will enjoy it, many will reshare that to their friends on their channels too. And then the next thing you know, you've got quite a amount of crowd joining your channel too. And this is happen a lot, and with a lot of NFT brands joining, this is exactly what they've done. So it's as easy as this, and you could try and see what they've done on their channels, or you could just talk to us. We'll tell you later a little bit, send you all the relevant places to go, and so you'll see for yourself.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be sending you a message after.
Yeah, please do.
And asking for those links.
We're happy to onboard you and happy to educate on that.
Yeah, well, hopefully I'll be doing like maybe even weekly giveaways on Telegram. So if I could set it up in a semi-automated way, using everything that Ton and Telegram provide, then that's the way to go.
Oh yeah,
of course.
I mean, for you that would be as easy as going to the platform and it's like filling up several parameters as the time, the channel, then the price that you select from the ones that you already send there, and then it's just post directly to your channel. You just edit the post a little bit and it's perfect. And then once people participate, it will automatically select the winner, so you don't have to do anything. So it's going to be automatic, randomized, no issues there, and that's it. And as easy as it could only get, it's gonna take you like, I don't know, 2 to 5 minutes time, depending on how busy or new to this you are.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, the tech is amazing, and it's exciting. Anyway, enough about me. Back to you. So I've got a couple more questions about sort of intro questions, and then we'll move on to the ecosystem and developments. So how is Ton sort of leveraging Telegram to onboard and to drive adoption? So of course, I've seen you have the wallet integration on Telegram, which is like just there, right? So yeah, what strategies have you got in place?
And there is quite a lot. And I think one of the major drivers is being, of course, Telegram mini app ecosystem because it simplifies access via the trusted source application. So, in a sense, think of it. Web3 historically been what? You go to the random websites to very weird places, connect your wallets, never feeling okay about this, right? And then here you have a choice. You go inside of Telegram, you see that verified profiles get a blue check mark, they're mini apps. You know that connecting your wallet via Tone Connect is not going to cause any trouble. This is the unified experience for everyone across the platform. And from there, your entry point in exploring the ecosystem gets as easy as never before. So the first step here is to create the infrastructure, of course. Another step is to educate people and bring them to the blockchain and what it is. And it's a constant work. It's blog articles, social media announcements, direct communications with community, spaces, live streams. In terms of onboarding people towards one that are aware about the Telegram itself already using it. But it also goes a little bit beyond because some people don't know even what's Telegram. And so there is also innovation with this. And there is a lot of synergy that goes in between of what Telegram does and what Ton does in terms of both of the companies. They technically bring the users to the blockchain, but we have very different methods. So if we go try to educate and do the progress on the blockchain side and make it more attractive and easy for people to use, Telegram focusing on implementing the technology itself into its application, right? So it's a very different format. Going further, there is a few things that we will do to also help community and new people to access information, but more on that later whenever we get to be done with this and announce it. So I'm not going to be leaking more information for now, but it's a constant development. It's a constant education, and it has a lot of moving pieces involved. And then all the team does tremendous work for it. We have video production, we have people organizing events, we have people talking to the media, addressing the points and everything relates to the PR. So yeah, we all collectively ensure that the right information distributed, the right adjustments made, and the right technology pieces being created that then later could be utilized by anyone, even the scale of Telegram, as they wish to implement it further. But those tools must exist in the first place. And so
Yeah.
we're trying to make sure they are.
Brilliant. Yeah, no, that's definitely the way to go. Yeah, the mini apps are a real incentive, I think, for people to start getting involved
Yeah,
in the whole
mini apps are
ecosystem.
fascinating. And it's important to know that mini app developers are completely independent teams. They are not controlled by us. So the wallet
Okay.
integration is done by Top, for example. It's also another entity that recently just raised over $20 billion. It's a first $1 billion company in some technically speaking. So the open platform. And so they are the developers of Wallet. But then to my point, the mini apps such as Hamster Combat, Notcoin, I don't know, Docs, Tone Battleground, or any other, even DeFi like DDoS, StoneFi, Evo Protocol, they are all independent teams of developers. And of course, we're here to support an ecosystem, provide our resources, and help cover the most important news when they arise. For example, someone did, let's say, cool audit and open source their code. That would be a cool thing, right? But to my point, they are completely independent teams of developers. And here we are just helping to streamline this innovation, ensuring that all the sectors that may be lacking some very crucial protocols are developed. For that, we're hosting hackathons, etc. We have builders portal for support the builders and help them with directions. So that would be a couple examples. But it's important to say that all the mini apps, they developed by the independent builders, not by us. If any
Yeah.
would be ever developed by us, that would be clearly stated. So, I mean, majority is, like I'd say everyone, technically speaking, is just building the mini apps that they want, trying to develop this technology further. And some of them execute so well and become the unicorn companies. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah. No, brilliant. That's I love that way of working as well and helping out these independent people, creating the best mini apps possible, right? And yeah,
It's a
sort of like
community-driven ecosystem. And at the end of the day, it's community who are building things. We're just creating infrastructure, making it possible.
yeah, that's it. Brilliant. 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 Cool. Anyway, so Moving on now to ecosystem and recent developments, and there's a big one that's big news, which was recently released, and it's about the golden visa in the UAE. And it's pretty cool, right? Because if you stake 100k, $100,000 in ton, I think you lock for 3 years, then you can get access to a UAE golden visa for Dubai, Abu Dhabi, I imagine.
I mean, it's more
For
complex than just that, but yeah, that just came out yesterday. It also caused a lot of discussion on the timeline. It's a hot topic. To be more precise,
okay,
you can submit the application. That's what being announced. But then we also released the clarification message on our blog today, explaining
okay,
that it's done without the involvement of the UAE itself. It's done via the partner provider, and of course, the latest say still for the visa is in the hands of UAE. So there is a lot to it. But yeah, that's a big piece of news that is yet another great opportunity to utilize crypto in regards to something real world uh, provided utility. But there is
yeah,
more specifics to it. I would refer to the official blog on my post today. I already shared that with a link in the source attached for more clarification. But
yeah,
that's
yeah.
a big step toward the future. That's one of them. There is many more. But yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, so I'll check out. Everyone can check out the blog and read into all the specific details. Um, Brilliant. I think I will tomorrow. Maybe even make a little video if I can. I'll see if I can.
Yeah, absolutely. We would love that. All the official information being shared by us officially on the blog. So please refer to that. That's where you should take all the context. Yeah.
Brilliant. Perfect. So the next question I have is something you actually touched upon before, and it's the open platform recent $1 billion valuation. Like what does this actually mean? So like, is it just like, okay, a $1 billion valuation, like, okay, or does that mean like there's lots of well, does it create lots of interest and maybe potential partnerships, and I don't know, like what does it actually mean?
Yeah, so first of all, of course, it shows significant interest in Ton
Yeah.
ecosystem. And then Top is one of the largest VCs as well as one of the major builders in Ton ecosystem. So they've got a series of their own products. They've got a series of products they support, integrate with, etc. It is a massive, massive company that keeps on developing and helping to streamline Ton mission as well. Them raising, I think it was $28 million, if I'm not mistaken. At the valuation of 1 billion is phenomenal, and is the first company to do that. And that's been a journey for them. So interesting to see what they're going to utilize the capital going further. But it's a great development to see, and of course, it shows that everyone got the opportunity to build in this ecosystem. And even $1 billion valuation, it still shows how early it is because that's the first company to achieve this valuation. And I mean, it's a big market, so builders should
Very,
join and try to build what's lacking in this ecosystem for now.
yeah. It's a very big number, but yeah, still early because you're the first ones to get there, and yeah, I imagine there'll be more coming, of course. Um, then moving on to NFTs. So you touched upon again NFTs before, and actually I have here that Ton has overtaken Ethereum and Solana in NFT volume. How comes? Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, well, as I mentioned before, Telegram already released a serious assets on some blockchain. And that would include anonymous numbers, usernames,
Yep.
and Telegram NFT gifts. It just happened that Telegram NFT gifts became a major point of conversation. Majority of the NFT legacy brands created Telegram channels, bought a bunch of Telegram NFT gifts, spotlighted on their profiles too, picking up the traits that's similar to their communities. Plush Pepper became #5 most expensive NFT collection across all chains, which is phenomenal and great result. And so what happens here is that it's been pretty consistent. So for the last, I'd say, month, Ton being stably within top 3 blockchains by the 24 hours NFT volume. But in practice, majority of the days it either comes first or second after Ethereum. For example, these 2 days on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, Ton came first, both days in terms of volume. And it's been pretty interesting to see. But to my point, this is only the beginning. And even what's happening right now with the NFTs on Ton, I could share with you a little bit more in numbers. I recently wrote the post, and by the way, I suggest to check it. It's in my highlights on Twitter. I will also go to this right now to be very accurate with the information. Highlights on my Twitter page, which is someone you know, the Orange PFP guy. You will surely find I've got the affiliate badge with Ton. So currently, already more than 250,000 people has traded Telegram NFT gifts, which is a lot. Then over already 1 million people already own them. Why is such a big difference is because Telegram releasing Telegram NFT gifts, and people can buy them, and not everyone willing to sell them in the first place. A lot of people just collect them as a cool gift and maybe send to their friends, and that's a perfect use case. But in terms of people that trade it, 250,000, 4 times less than people that own it currently. And then going further, there is already 113 NFT gift collections that collectively 81 is upgraded, 32 is unupgraded. And 81 that are upgraded are the ones that generating volume on the secondary market. Some of them may have a supply of like less than 3,000. Some may have a supply of 500,000. All of them are tradable, and they're generating a ton of volume. And this is still very, very early. When you look at the addressable user base of Telegram, and then you see the current amount of users, technically speaking, only 0.025%, so it's less than 1%, it's like a quarter of 1% has traded Telegram NFT gifts. I mean, just think over it. It's nothing. It's not even 1%. We're still far from even just a single percent. And once that kicks in, that will change a lot of things. And currently, what we see is quite an amount of raising interest, especially from the OG legacy NFT brands, because it becomes impossible to ignore when the player with 1 billion monthly active users doing those steps. And then another major driver that really streamlined and the connection to the gifts as well, being NFT stickers. They are technically still not tokenized on chain, but there is work going in this direction. I would refer to the official tweet of Max Crown, our Ton Foundation CEO, for more clarity. But that's something that, of course, we want to see as soon as possible as well. And there has been quite an amount of collections that already launched NFT stickers, sold out in record time. And then, for example, when Bored Ape Azuki tried to launch their stickers, it's been tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people trying to get them. And of course, very small supply of stickers itself. So the interest is here, the technology is here, and it's improving and getting more and more accessible. But that's all streamlined, once again, the point that I mentioned before of the mini apps, because majority of the volume for trading NFT gifts, for example, comes from portals and tunnel marketplaces, which are the mini apps inside of Telegram. So you can go on Telegram, find portals or tunnel, and directly in there, trade, buy, sell your gifts. And then you can withdraw them to your profile. You can spotlight them. You can mint them to blockchain directly from there. It's as easy as that, couple of clicks, and just fund it with Ton and get yourself started. But then I really suggest to people to be holding, like if they are whales, holding gifts on chain, because it's proven to be superior to holding them on Telegram profile. Anyone could get hacked. If you have a wallet on chain secured with multisig, you're offsetting those risks. So if you're a big wallet who are looking to get, I don't know, 10 flash peppers, please ensure your safety. And I suggest keep it on chain better. I understand you want to flex 10 flash peppers. It's cool, but you can flex only 7 on your profile. After that, please keep it safe for yourself and your own benefit in the future.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, no, that's it's amazing. There's a lot to lots of utility, and it's a good way of showing off these NFT gifts. So that explains what the boom and the
I mean, you can
trend.
flex it to 1 billion monthly active users to all your friends. Imagine, like my best friend, for example, is on Telegram. She saw my profile. She was like, "What this sign before your name?" Because I have the affiliate badge for Tom. And she was like, What is this emoji? Why it tells me it's Blush Pepper something?" I'm like, "Oh, this thing, it's I don't know, fifth most expensive NFT across all chains. It's like that side with 16 grand." She's like, "What the fuck that even means?"
Yeah.
And that's an onboarding point. I sent her a gift as well. I sent to a couple friends and family members as well, so they are aware. They tried using it, spotlighted it on their profiles. They enjoy it too. It's not just Web3 Degens, and I think this unity is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, so I remember going back to like when I used Messenger like years ago and years ago. I remember like we used to use all the emojis and try to
Yeah,
make our names look proper cool. And I suppose it's the same sort of thing. It's a possibility now in Telegram.
exactly.
So
I mean, this is only the beginning. It's still early. I'd say there is much, much more is yet to come, and the innovation is only starting to take place. So it's still very early, just the beginning.
it's exciting. Yeah, very very exciting. Cool. I got one more question about the ecosystem and developments. So it's about how does Ton prove blockchain isn't just a niche tool, but ready for real work, everyday use. So yeah, that's the question I have.
So let's look firstly at what blockchain really represents. It represents the idea of giving people freedom over ownership of their money, over their digital assets. And so is Ton. What is different about Ton is that it's originally developed with the scalability in mind and to be possible to be used by an application with 1 billion monthly active users. And now to streamline that further, it is a decentralized layer that allowing people, first of all, to verifiably own things, to prove the ownership, as well as the history of getting those things. And I think this is very important because you see in the social media, the lack of ownership is streamlining a lot of problems, in my opinion. And when people, like, for example, some people got hacked on Telegram or someone got frozen and suspended, they complain, "Oh, but look, I've got a lot of this and that on my Telegram." And this is the exact reason why we tell that, look, you can store your assets a little bit more securely than relying on the centralized platform. You can rely on the decentralized layer where no one can revoke your authority of owning XYZ asset. It's like if, let's say, your Telegram profile got suspended, right?
Mhm.
If you own your Telegram username in your wallet, you can create new Telegram profile and once again tie your username. Congratulations, you just didn't lose all your network of people that already used to your username. That's simple. I mean, this is
Yeah.
one of the use cases. Or imagine maybe you bought Telegram NFT gifts. Let's say you're collecting them and maybe you're hoping to flip that into the future. Whatever you do is your business. And then imagine your Telegram get frozen. You're like, "Oh no, why it happened? Can someone help me?" Well, only Telegram support can help you now. Congratulations. If you start them on blockchain, you wouldn't need anyone help because you would have 100% full control and uh, full control and power over it directly in your wallet. And if you want to, you can at any point in time secure it with multisig, transfer to another wallet, sell it on secondary market, do whatever you wish. You're not relying on Telegram to unfreeze your profile because you violated the rules and unfortunately you got suspended. Unfortunately, it may not 100% be your fault, and getting back to the Telegram support may take you time. But then, if you do own those things on chain, you don't need Telegram Pay because you own them. You're the one that controls them. There is no Telegram involvement into it anymore. So, to my point, it's a choice that crypto gives to people, and so does Ton. And today, Ton allows you to own and securely store your assets on chain from one of the largest social media applications in the world. In fact, fifth or sixth largest one. And I think it's a phenomenal piece of technology that just never existed before at that scale.
Yeah, definitely. And it's probably actually important, especially for people working in this space. Actually, the other day, a contact of mine, who I've spoken to a lot in the past, he was hacked, and he sorted out we arranged a Google Meet call to catch up, And then luckily someone from their team told me he'd been hacked. His account had been compromised.
Oh, wow.
Like just hours before the meeting. I'm always very careful with what I do anyway, but still, I didn't expect it at all. And then
Yes.
as you said, if he owns his name, then it may not have happened, or probably wouldn't have happened, I believe.
I mean, would always have to be careful. You must have a 2FA. People that underestimate the 2FA really should take care of that. And then another thing, you could own an anonymous number and make a login instead of your phone number, an anonymous phone number that you would own as an NFT on chain. You could do that too as an extra layer of security for you. Because
Yeah,
what's the chances your multisig is going to get hacked
yeah,
with all, I don't know, 5 devices compromised? What's the chance? Here's the answer.
yeah. No, very
But
unlikely.
I mean, yeah, there are options today, and Tom blockchain allows those options to be even created in the first place. So
That's
serving
right.
as the open network, that is the open ledger for people to own and store their digital assets identity as they wish.
That's it. Yeah, yeah, brilliant. So I've got about well, that's all the questions I had. The more like in-depth ones, and I've got another question which I think is interesting. Maybe it's just like there's nothing, there's like no answer to it. But I know that Pavel Durov, I believe he was like one of the founders or the founders of Telegram at least. I'm not sure how involved he is in Ton, or at least when it was created beforehand. But I know he's a an interesting guy, and he has like lots of philosophies. I was wondering if there's any like mindset or philosophy that maybe he implemented in the initial Ton team and has gone on until now. Maybe there's nothing to do, but I don't know. It's just a question I had.
Yeah, well, there is nothing to do with the team in this regard, but
Okay, yeah,
there is a vision. Of course, there's a resistant vision of Pavel Durov that is streamlining an existence of this ecosystem in the first place too. So if you go back to the story of Pavel Durov and like why do we have Telegram in the first place? So it started back in the days. There was a social media first created social media by Pavel Durov and his brother was Vkontakte, which is the version of Russian Facebook, technically speaking, where
okay.
even Zuckerberg admits how good that was
Oh,
and how
sorry.
incredible.
Is that like VK?
Yeah, yeah, VK,
Did he
exactly.
create? He create him and his brothers
Yes,
created that.
yes,
Oh wow. Okay,
yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
he was a founder of VK, and then due to the government pressure, he was forced into selling VK, and then he started Telegram. And then there was
Perfect.
a famous story, that comes actually from VK time, where Russian government asked to control the protesters on the platform, and Pavlo Durov didn't really like that, and so the digital resistance was born as a movement, starting from the VK time, and then is actually first Telegram sticker pack, not NFT sticker pack, just the regular sticker pack on
Yeah.
Telegram, as we all use every day. That was hand drawn by Paulo Durham himself, is Resistance Doc. And so Resistance Doc today on some blockchain is a meme coin, its own community. And we often utilize Resistance Doc as the mascot of the ecosystem because it represents its resistant nature that comes from
Yeah.
the VK time, then transitions to the Telegram culture, gets majorly supported. And during the Pablo Durov arrest, digital resistance as a movement, I think that's been when everyone heard about it. And it got millions of petitions signed with a request to immediately release Pablo Durov from the custody because he's not a
Yes.
criminal. What the hell? You're
Right.
arresting a billionaire, a guy who created the social media with respect to the people's right of privacy, who is not
Yeah.
sacrificing, not giving anyone backdoor, not even gonna to create. And the community are stood behind the resistance movement and let the government of France know that they are not agreeing with this and requesting immediate release. Shortly after, it took 4 days, Paul was released. So, and then Macron publicly addressed some of the questions of the public on stage, which I would assume was the result of the resistance movement and how loud it got. I guess it's been nearly impossible to ignore. It's been the hottest topic of conversation for several days. And with that said, this resistant nature, once again represented in some blockchain, as mentioned before, even SEC trying to
Yeah.
crack down on the whole idea did not bring it down to its knees. And the community of developers, at this point, independent from Telegram, just the community, just regular people like you and me, who decided not to let this technology die and made it in what it is today. So there is no better story to tell but the resistant nature of Durov himself, of his story. If you don't know one, you should watch his interview with Tucker Carlson, the first one, to understand. But yes, that's the resistant nature that lives deeply in the heart of Telegram today and on blockchain ecosystem too.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Yeah, because yeah, it's quite an inspiring story. Yeah, I remember when he was imprisoned. It was like, of course, completely unfair. I believe I may have even, I definitely made a video or two on it, sort of trying to gather the crypto community as a whole. You know, not just Ton or Telegram, but the
Yeah.
whole crypto community, because that's what I believe we really have to fight against. You know, as a team, all of us
I
together,
mean, that was
because
nonsense. That is the first
of
time
course.
in history something like this happened. Never before a founder of a major social media platform was ever arrested in any country. And all the West countries saying that, oh, look at Russia, they're a dictatorship, etc., which
Yeah.
I don't care
Oh, I think I've lost you.
of opinions they are. Care what. But to my point, Russia never arrested Pablo Durov. It's a little bit shocking to see it happens in France, the country that
Yes.
kind of stands for liberty and power of free expression, and then you guys arresting like a founder of social media platform. It's like you should arrest Mark Zuckerberg, you should arrest Tim Cook right now. You should go dig the Steve Jobs out of the grave and arrest him as well. I mean, let's arrest everybody. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like,
Yeah.
I have no more comments. That's it.
Yeah, no, we could stop here because we could probably talk about it for a while.
Yeah, I mean it's just nonsense situation, but I hope it will be resolved soon. And I mean, it obvious to everyone that Paul Durov did not violate anything.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, and you know, I've seen a couple of interviews and he seems like a really chilled guy, and really smart, of course. Well, he has to be smart with doing all what he's done, but yeah, he seemed like a really laid back and relaxed person. And yeah, that's why I asked the question about, you know, his philosophies. But yeah, it's a resistance one that
Yep.
is the spirit. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Brilliant.
There is no more to add.
Um,
Well, one thing you asked also about like originally creating the Tom blockchain. And
uh,
so there is a person that I think people don't know enough about. His name is Nikolai Durov. He is Pavel Durov's brother. He's
okay.
actually the original writer of Ton blockchain official white paper. He's the one who wrote it back in the days and
All right.
explaining the vision for the open internet, etc., what the open network means to represent. So, yeah, there is a major contribution on their end. And I'd say that often people don't really know
Yeah.
that Nikolai Durov is the tech genius. And there's been some news speculations right now about him also looking into developing AI. And I mean, look,
Oh,
I'm not commenting for now, but if someone, Nikolai Durov, that would be the person that could do it definitely, and would be one of the smartest geniuses of our time that no one is paying as much attention to as to Elon Musk, for example.
yeah. 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 No, it's as you said, genius. Because as I said before, I
Yes.
have like no idea. I don't know how to code, but maybe it's not that difficult. But it seems really difficult for me.
I mean, good
And
luck anyone to try. Many blockchains try getting implemented here and there, and I mean, there's only one blockchain so far succeeded.
what language does Tan run on? Is that a
Uh,
good question?
it's a combination of languages, and on Ton itself, we have a very different languages from all other ecosystems. So there is the TVM ecosystem first is like Ton version, so it exists on TAC and Talk languages. there is a lot more to it. I mean, I'm not going to
Okay,
bore
yeah,
you. There
yeah,
is
no,
the official the documentation also that, of course, and everything written in several languages, which includes English, Russian, and Chinese, I believe. But yes, it is very unique infrastructure with the different coding languages that is not somewhat similar to other ecosystems.
yeah. No, I did like a crash course on Python, and yeah, and yeah, it
I
wasn't
mean,
very
that's
good,
a good
but
start.
it's a good
Yeah,
start.
I mean, you can learn to develop on Ton, and we definitely have a need for developers. For that,
Oh,
there is quite amount of streams hosted on to learn how to develop on Ton, how to get started. There is some materials available on our YouTube. There's, of course, blog articles that exist, and there's the documentation that is designed to help people. But if you have more like particular need, that would be easier to explain. The one that is still complex is for people to be writing smart contracts, because this piece of technology exists in a very unique language of its own. So
okay.
yeah, that takes a minute for people to learn. But beside learning how to implement smart contracts, how to work with them, how to write them, there shouldn't be so many challenges, especially for the Telegram mini apps. All the integrations are relatively simple, and there is the frameworks already developed in the processes that other people could teach you, and a lot of open source materials as well, of course.
Brilliant. Yeah, well, I'm too old for it now, but yeah, if anyone's listening and is
I
interested
mean,
in,
if you're look, there is easier ways. You could ask AI to help you to develop
yeah,
a game and to adapt it to Telegram Mini app. Look, our intern for Tom blockchain page on X, Ethan, was able, like within one evening, like 5 hour time, to already make a game into the mini app, and nothing
oh,
blockchain
okay,
related or implemented, but we're just using AI and just having a little fun. 5 hours, there is a game. But yeah, so if you have a couple hours, try with AI. Ask Ethan,
yeah.
he's on the chat with us in case you're curious how did he do it. He'll tell you. But I mean, literally just AI coding, and that was this simple.
Yeah, well, yeah, if I have some time, I may look into it. I don't know. I don't want to get
I
too
mean,
much of a
create
headache.
create a game where I don't know, like people tap on the screen with a coin of your face that would go bananas and go viral. Please don't, please don't. We don't need another tap to earn. But I'm like dramatizing here. You could do that if you wish. So I think within a couple hour time.
Yeah, brilliant. Cool. So yeah. Anyway, I think we'll wrap it up here. If anyone is in here and joined, I don't know when you joined, but just I'm giving away $100 worth of ton in Telegram. Victor's going to help me out, automate it all after this first one. I'll do
Yes,
this one
sir.
manually. I'll choose 4 people who join the Telegram and give them $25. Um, so yeah, anyone who's been here, thanks for watching. Victor, thanks for joining, mate. It's been amazing. Like, yeah, ton is really exciting. There's really big things to come, I'm sure. And yeah, just thanks for coming on and yeah, spending some time here with me.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, and have a good day, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. I mean, the easiest everyone could do, just go directly to your Telegram and try exploring the mini apps. If you don't have access to the Telegram wallet, it's okay. Go download Keeper. If you ever used MetaMask or Phantom, you will have no issues whatsoever with using Keeper. It's literally the same, but for Ton ecosystem. That's, and then there is a couple more, but I mean, start here. That is this simple. One application, one wallet. Enjoy exploring ton, and bring it all on chain. Don't stay exposed, let's say this way, overexposed where you don't have to.
That's it. Brilliant. Okay, well, that's it. We'll wrap it up. Thanks for joining, and we'll be in touch, mate.